drones. Why are we bringing you this show today? Because in a very specific and surprising incident, one person named Malik Mohd Ahmad Khan, the Special Assistant of Defense and a close aide of Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, has admitted that Pakistan is using drones for cross-border drug smuggling. And this is not surprising to many, especially for the Indian side, for the BSF. But obviously, Pakistan now is using the drone technology for all its nefarious intentions, nefarious means. As far as India and other bordering areas are concerned, Pakistan's attempts to actually dismantle and dislodge the peace process in India, to obviously support the extremists on the Indian side. This, the game of drones that has been going on for such a long time. You have served in BSF. Was this a common phenomena for a long time, or is it a new phenomena? And secondly, how is BSF tackling this?
You see, Mr. P.K. Mishra.
Yes, Pankaj Mishra, yes.
This is a new phenomenon. I can tell you about the use of drones. This is for the last about 3 years maximum. And earlier drugs, I know Pakistan used to send drugs to Punjab maximum through Gurdaspur border, and sometimes if they are not successful, they go through Jammu border, because from Jammu border, the national highway is hardly 5 kilometers, and from there it comes to Pathankot and to Punjab. The worst part of it, maximum drugs, they are coming. They have already come for the last few years to Punjab. Pakistan is bent upon of finishing our youths of Punjab, and this is another tactic they are operating, because it is another war on. It's a technical war against India to destroy our youths, and they were successful to some extent. Now, for the last 3 years, drones are carrying drugs, efficient, and also weapons, light weapons and grenades and Aides, improvised explosive devices they are carrying. And the drones which are coming through Punjab, they are crossing Punjab, mostly they bring drugs.
Okay.
And I will tell you, in fact, this year at Amritsar, there were 2 of our lady constables who could fire on a drone, and they brought it down.
Lovely.
And thanks to our ladies, also Mahila Karmis, and they are doing their best. I can well tell you these drones are stealth drones, mostly provided by China, and they are carrying drugs even at night, because with the it is being now BSF is facing problem, because you see these equipments which they are having it through DRDO, it's very difficult to trace these drones. Mostly physically they are watching it, and they fire on it, they bring it down, and immediately they search, and in some cases they follow this intentionally to find out where it lands. And so that the person who will be coming to pick up the drugs, he is also apprehended.
Right.
But even if about 33 to 35 drones were brought down by BSF, I can well tell you it may be about 10 times more which might have come to Punjab border. Now, the drones which are coming to, from Pakistan through LOC, particularly Kashmir and Jammu, they are bringing weapons, IDs, and grenades, Chinese grenades, and light weapons they are carrying. Whatever has happened there in Punch and all, these drones are carrying arms also, and they are providing to the sleeper cells. And these drones, there are 2 ways. The drones, they come, they land, and they get smashed there itself. They are being brought down, and they smash itself. There are drones, after dropping, it goes back also. Because there are high flying drones, there are low flying drones also. So it's very difficult to trace these low flying drones because they come with a great speed, they drop and they go back also. So the
Right, right.
handlers are there within about half a kilometer of the border, and they operate it. They operate it up to 5 kilometers, so that it can travel 10 kilometers, 5 kilometers inside coming India and to go back also. But in most of the cases, BSF is successful in bringing it down. But this menace will continue, I am very sure, because Pakistan cannot have a direct war. It's a proxy war they are fighting.
Absolutely.
And this proxy war is continuing with FIC and drugs in Punjab border. And I'm very sure BSF boys and BSF girls are doing extremely well, and they are quite vigilant.
Uh-huh.
And and I'm very sure that when Pakistan Prime Minister himself is admitting that we are sending drugs to India,
Through
so
drones.
they will keep on playing these games, and we have to fight it out. We have to fight it out.
We have to fight it out. And hats off, Mr. Mishra, to BSF, the Mahila Karmchari that you speak about. Our regards, our deepest gratitude to them and to the men out there at the borders, manning it and keeping us safe. Waji, not long ago, as you mentioned, you were also there along the India-Pakistan border. I, for one, has never seen it. I have been to Wagah, but that is the flag ceremony that happens there every day. I have seen that, but being in a place like that, Wajiullah, what risks, I would say, both the smugglers and our BSF jawans take in order to capture the consignment that has come, the hunter and the hunted situation? How best is our team, the BSF team, equipped to man those 1,000 kilometers long borders along the states, crossing all the states? What is the plan? What is the strategy?
Well, when we landed there, this is one of the questions that I asked the forces over there. And from what I learned is that it is only India that has manned its border in such a tight security framework. If you see,
Obviously,
firstly, you
India
have
doesn't
the
send
international
anything that
border.
side.
And then you have a buffer zone of another 100 meters. And then you have the actual border, the Indian side of the border. But on the other side of Pakistan, you don't see any fencing or anything done. Now, there is a history of drug menace that comes from Punjab. It's not something that we're seeing from the last 3 years. The infiltration of drugs that are coming from Punjab is happening from a very long time. Before partition or after partition, you can say it used to come through the bordering areas because it was not wired. There was no fencing that was done, and there used to be frequent trade that used to happen from there. People used to bring in a lot of things, and through that, drugs used to come in. Through that, weapons used to come in. So all these things we saw. The Khalistani movement is somewhere a testimony to the fact how weapons came in through the border. Through time, through technology, like how our phones get updated, the border also got updated. You then had fencing that was done. There were spots that were open. So there used to be animal grazing that used to happen. So what we learned that the smugglers used to fix drugs through the animals, because you would have this area is called. So you would have furry animals, you would have sheep, you would have camels. So they would stick it to the belly of the camel or the goat, and they would cross the border. Then when fences came in, they used to bring big pipes. Through pipes, they used to insert it through one of the fence, and they used to put drugs on the other side and pour it on the other side. And there used to be somebody who used to collect these drugs. Then after that, they electrocuted these fencing. When the electrocution happened in these fences, you would, if you remember the Shahid Kapoor movie where they spoke about the drugs and everything, where he showed people that drugs were thrown from the other side of operation.
Right,
That also
right.
happened.
Urta Punjab.
After Urta Punjab, yes. After all these things, this is the new way in which Pakistan is trying to bring in drugs in the country and drones. Like Sir also mentioned while he was speaking that 304 drones have been sighted. This is just a number of which we have seen. There could be so many drones that have gone and come in. The numbers could be in thousands. So when I spoke to one of the officials he told me that in one of the drones that they captured, it's through these chips that are there in these drones, they get to know the frequency at which they are traveling and how many rounds that they have done. There are times that they've got to know that this is the 8th round in which the drone was shot down. It has already done 7 rounds of delivering these payloads. So you can imagine if 5 kg or 10 kg or 2 kg or whatever the amount of drugs that are coming in, if there are 6 rounds of that has come in, if there are 2 weapons that are coming in and 6 rounds have been done, then 12 AK-47 guns have come in, 12 grenades have come in, 12 magazines have come in. And if there are 5 kgs of drugs there in that, then 5 kg worth of drugs, which may have an international market value of 20 crores or 25 crores, have been bought in. So you can imagine a 5 lakh drone or a 10 lakh drone and the amount of drugs and weapons that it's getting in. And if 304 drones have gone by, how many number of weapons might have come in? It can actually start a war from India. So you clearly get an idea at which we are dealing this drone menace.